use all the actual game technology to do it, but we still do we do stuff. We did a couple for a couple of the game conferences where we did advertisement.
Like E3.
Yeah, like E3. Yeah, yeah.
That thing is crazy. E3 I went last year, and it's hot chicks, caffeine, and video games.
Well, that must have been 2 years
crazy.
ago. Yeah, because now they've kind of downsized
Oh, they
that.
have?
Yeah, they downsized that now. They realized they weren't actually selling any more games because of it.
But
so.
it's just in your face. It's loud, and they get those. I guess you can just play games all day. So there's just get everybody all wired up on caffeine.
Yeah, the game industry, we have people that go back and forth between visual effects and games because it's a very similar skill set. You've got people that understand how to do modeling and lighting and animation, but it really is a different world. And EA is just down the street here.
Right.
But it really is a different world for guys that are working in the game industry. People love games.
I'm looking at your design on your. I mean, you have a great website for those listening. If you'd like to just go to www.rhythm.com, and you can see more about the company. But in the the design and concept, awesome. It's really exciting. So, how many designers are here in the States, and how many are in
Sure.
India?
Well, you see, here in Los Angeles, we have probably about 600 people.
All at the facility down in Playa?
Yeah, we have a couple
Wow.
little side buildings there, but we have a pretty good sized facility, and we have about probably 300 artists right now that are working on productions, and we might grow a little bit bigger sometimes whenever we're at the height of our production.
It's awesome.
So,
Hey, do you want to play another track?
Sure.
Another song? We're almost running out of time here.
this here is a band called Rat-Tat-Tat.
What track? What track? do you
Oh,
wanna
we're gonna
play?
try number 4.
Okay.
So they're a group that I saw. Hadn't heard of them before. I saw them. They played in front of Bjork when she was at the Nokia Theater here a few months ago. I guess that was like October.
Okay, here we go. And we'll be right back with Nick Neisler. If you have any questions, give us a call at 310-338-KXLU. The program is Center Stage. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tune in next week. We're going to be talking about the new Kung Fu film.
Cool.
Yeah. What is it?
Forbidden Kingdom. Is that the
Forbidden
one?
Kingdom.
Yeah.
We're going to have the director on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I just hope there would be some, kung fu action in studio. But actually, last kung fu film we talked about, we had Quentin Tarantino on for Iron Monkey. Yeah, so
That must have been good.
I love that film. But we just heard that was called Rat-a-Tat. Name of the band was, but is that the band Rat-a-Tat?
That's the band Rat-Tat-Tat.
Yeah.
So they're like 3 college guys that just jam. There's no vocals on any of their music. So
Yeah.
they opened for Bjork. I guess it was like October, November when she was at the Nokia Theater.
Yeah. Cool. So what keeps you going with this? What keeps you inspired, and what are you really passionate about?
Well,
These are the hard-hitting questions.
yeah, I know this is a hard question.
We threw the softballs, and now we're just going right for the jugular.
Well, I said earlier in the show, I got a degree in physics, and I thought I was going to be a physicist. I was going to be a physicist, and then I learned that physicists spend all their times in the lab. They don't actually talk to people, so they're in the lab all the time. So it's very isolating. So I decided that wasn't what I wanted to do. So I thought when I got a degree in industrial engineering, since I got a dual degree, I thought that I would probably go work at a product company making products. And we are a product company. You're making product. Your product is an artistic product that you are put into a movie. So it's been a great company to work at. And I should also say that the owners, John Hughes, Pauline So, Keith Goldfarb, really created a great working environment there at the company. They've spent lots of time and effort and to really trying to create something special and unique, having high artistic integrity, making sure that the company is stable when an industry that is not a stable industry.
Yeah, exactly.
We're very much at the whim of the economics of projects and and what's going on. And they have been very, very conscientious of creating a good work environment. So, for me personally, I came out of that kind of engineering background, and I was really, really enjoy, the creativity of the company we're at. A lot of creative people there, a lot of artists, a lot of very, very highly technical people that really have a great skill set in not just creating effects, but systems people and
Sure.
internet people, and the whole production pipeline that's required in trying to get 150 or 250 people to work together on a project. So
I'm looking at also the map,
hmm
the section in the website, which once again, it's a great website. I would say that I love the animation on the website. So if you're kind of interested in this, you want to learn more about Rhythm and Hues design, there's a section called matte painting, which really harkens back to, I look at this and I think of Disney.
Oh,
I
exactly.
remember going on a Disney tour, and I think it was actually at Disney, Disneyland, the
Mhm.
theme park, where you saw the different mats for the characters, and that is really an art form, isn't it?
Yeah, the matte paintings really changed. A lot of this stuff is invisible. You talk to people now, and somebody asks me, what the company does, and I tell them, any movie you see out there that you see something, every movie out there has visual effects. If you see a shot of a car driving down a pathway at night, and there's a full moon up in the sky, well, that full moon wasn't there when they shot it now. It's too hard to try to get that full moon up there. 30 years ago, you had to shoot it when the full moon was there because there's no way of putting it in there. But now you would just take a picture of the full moon one night, take a picture, to shoot the car driving another night, and then you'd put the full moon up there. So there's a lot of very invisible effects today. And there's other things that, how the industry has really changed. A lot of the models and miniatures, people used to build stuff,
That's gone.
that's
isn't
kind
it?
of gone. It's really much more digital now.
Yeah, there was a company we met at. We actually had somebody from, I think it's Amalgamated. They did the Santa Claus.
Right,
They actually created an Alien
right,
versus
right,
Predator.
right.
Those are people in suits.
Yeah, exactly.
And so your business is really pretty much taken that.
A lot of that
partnership.
has, some of it for Alien versus Predator, the last movie. There's still anytime they have something interact with the person, they have robotics, or they have physical maquettes they've done. And then also, one other thing is the stuntmen. The stuntmen have definitely been affected. There's far fewer stunts that are done with real people today in films because it's just safer to have a digital replacement in
Yeah.
a film than have someone in a car that's shooting through the air.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was what was one of the Bourne Ultimatum.
Oh, I think someone actually was
But that
killed
was all,
on
that
that.
was it Paul Greengrass?
There's a
did that?
lot of practical stuff, in
Yeah.
that. So
It's amazing, and then the last Quentin Tarantino film, where what is it, Death Proof?
the one little sequence you did.
Those stunt women were actually on the front of that car.
Yeah. So they still have a lot of stuff where
Yeah,
they're
that's
doing
pretty
they do
exciting.
stuff.
You know,
Yeah,
you're not
and
going to get
it's
that.
yeah, it's definitely certain films that you're like, okay, well that's real. That looks great.
Well, we're about out of time. Do you have anything to close about anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to go to our website. We have a webmaster link there. I'm sure that somebody will answer questions.
Yes, and it's just go to www.rhythm.com,
Yeah.
and it's really quite informative. I know that down in our animation, we have animation here at the college, and there's always ads. It seems like this is really a booming. If you're into this, there's a lot of work out there, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. For our industry in visual effects, computer animation, films, commercials, it's grown. There's been growth in the full animated movies like at Pixar and DreamWorks, been growth. And then, of course, the game industry has grown a lot. So, anyone who's a student that's listening, they should definitely go to the website. There's a human resources jobs section. If you have questions, just send some email there, and we'll try to get back to them. But there's a lot of people at I'm 33, and there's a lot of people at the company that are between 30 and 35.